March 8, 2014, will forever be etched in the memories of those who lost loved ones on Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. This is the story of a plane that vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and heartbreaking loss. The Boeing 777 was carrying 239 people from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing when it disappeared mid-air over the South China Sea. Among them were families, couples, and solo travelers, each one leaving behind loved ones who would never see them again. Flight 370 was a routine flight, expected to land in Beijing just before 6:30 a.m. But at 1:21 a.m., air traffic control lost contact with the plane. The last transmission from the cockpit was brief and cryptic, "Good night Malaysian 370. The search for answers would become one of the most extensive and complex in aviation history, spanning multiple countries and involving some of the world's top experts. But even after years of investigation, the truth about what happened to Flight 370 remains a mystery. Within hours of losing contact with Flight 370, Malaysian Air Traffic Control began scouring radar data. Initially, they thought it might have been a technical issue or a routine diversion. But as minutes turned into hours, reality set in: something was terribly wrong. Experts believe Flight 370 deviated from its planned route approximately 17 minutes after takeoff. From there, it flew for another hour before shutting down all communication systems. Radar data suggests the aircraft turned sharply south towards the Indian Ocean. Malaysian and Australian forces launched an extensive search operation, scouring the Indian Ocean for signs of debris or wreckage. Although no definitive evidence was found, investigators believe it's possible that the aircraft might have broken apart over water. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Flight 370 is what exactly happened in those last few minutes. Was it an act of terrorism, human error, or something else entirely? As investigators continue to analyze the cockpit voice recorder data, answers remain frustratingly elusive. Malaysian investigators were working tirelessly to piece together the events surrounding Flight 370's disappearance. The search area was vast, covering over 2 million square miles of ocean. But radar data revealed something peculiar: the plane had taken a sharp turn west towards the Indian Ocean. Radar contact was lost after 17 minutes, but not before a final transmission from the pilot. The message, "Good night Malaysian 370, was transmitted at 1:19 a.m. This eerie exchange sparked theories about possible hijacking or terrorism. The search for Flight 370 was hampered by the remote location and limited resources. Theories ranged from pilot error to catastrophic system failure. But one theory gained traction: that the plane's autopilot system had malfunctioned, sending it on a catastrophic course. The investigation led to the discovery of an intriguing clue: a series of G-force readings on the flight recorders. These accelerations suggested that someone or something had intervened in the cockpit, potentially triggering a sequence of events leading to the plane's disappearance. Malaysia's Air Force was among the first to spot MH370 on its radar. But what happened next is still shrouded in mystery. Radar operators claimed they saw two large objects, one behind the other, moving in a westerly direction. But when asked to describe the objects, their words are cryptic. The last known transmission from MH370's transponder was at 1:21 a.m. on March 8. But it was another signal that caught investigators' attention: a faint ping sent by the plane's secondary radar system. This signal led them to the South China Sea, where they combed through satellite imagery for signs of debris. On April 5, an oil slick was spotted by the Australian Maritime Safety Authority. 2 days later, a piece of debris was found floating on the surface. But when investigators brought it aboard for analysis, they realized it wasn't from MH370, just another mystery to solve. Theories abound about what happened on that fateful night. Hijacking? Pilot error? Mechanical failure? As the investigation continues, one thing is clear: we may never know for certain what happened to MH370. The search area now spans over 7 million square kilometers of ocean. As the search for MH370 continues, many families remain in limbo, still holding on to hope that their loved ones might be found. But with each passing year, the chances of recovering any remains or debris grow slimmer. Despite an exhaustive search, the truth about MH370's disappearance remains elusive. Was it a hijacking gone wrong, or a catastrophic mechanical failure? We may never know for certain. But one thing is clear, this tragic event has left an indelible mark on our world, reminding us of the fragility of life and the importance of unity in the face of uncertainty. The camera zooms out to reveal the Malaysia Airlines logo on screen, followed by a final message.